made up a bona fide city for wealthy snowbirds to come to happen in 5 or 6 years. Then, just as quickly as it started, it ended. With the September hurricane of 1926, everything came to a standstill. If they did $5 million in building permits in 1925, by 1932, that number was about $45,000. So while you may have come to Sarasota in 1920 and came back in 1950, you came to basically the same place. And it wasn't through design. The common thread that runs through Sarasota history is real estate, buying and selling and developing. That's the common thread. Well, if you came to Sarasota in February of 1950, when Ken Thompson came to town, you came to what was the beginning of today's Sarasota. After the real estate crash, the Great Depression, and World War II was over, everybody knew there was going to be another boom in Florida. But unlike the first boom, this boom needed to be channeled. They didn't want a bunch of developers just to come willy-nilly and throw things together or throw things partially together. And when the crash hit, leave town, leaving the city to hold the bag for improvements. In February 1st, 1950, Ken Thompson came to town from Miami Beach. He said goodbye to his friends and said that he was never going to leave Sarasota. And for the next 38 years, his vision of what Sarasota should be is what it became. He shared a lot of the vision of the previous generation of Charles Ringling, John Ringling, Owen Burns, that this should be a destination for snowbirds, and indeed that's what we've become. And I just want to read a couple of things about Ken Thompson before I go on. This is Mayor A. Ray Howard. His ability, integrity, and initiative have afforded us the greatest single factor in the successful operation of our city. And this is from Judge Shebb, who is a well-known jurist statewide. Ken was a role model of excellence in local government and administrations. Those of us who knew him intimately shared the experience of working closely with Ken, have been enriched and stimulated to emulate his concepts of professionalism. And then I'm just going to read a few things of